Hi, I am Tony Hunt. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to go over some crystals I would like to get my hands on in 2019. So none of these I have to show, and I will be inserting pictures right here for you. But these are all things I have been eyeing, and I wouldn't mind bringing into my collection in the next few months. So let's get right into it. The first one is an anhydrous quartz, or it's pretty much just a quartz or any kind of stone that has an air pocket with water in it, and you can see it in them. I don't have anything like that, but I think it'd be pretty neat to come across. And it can be, I know that they can form an amethyst or any kind of stone, but I know the crystal quartz ones, clear quartz, you can see them a little better. And most of them just have a little air bubble pocket with some water in it, and I think that's pretty cool to look at. The next thing on my list is a peach agate, or also I've heard them been called apricot agates. I just think they're really soothing to look at. I haven't seen any large stones. Most of the time they're tumbled, but if I find a larger piece, of course I'll get that. But I'm most likely going to get a few of them to do a crystal grid out of. I just think the color of the peach agates is very soothing, and I just like the color of them. So yeah, I would like to come across a few of those next year. Now the next thing I definitely want to get, it's not something I just want to talk about. I want to find one of these and I want to own one. But they're called calligraphy stones. Back in the day, I used to know them as Skrit or Sanskrit stones, but it's a fossilized stone of seashells, I believe, and another mineral that make up this neat looking pattern that looks like writing, old style Skrit writing, Sanskrit writing. But yeah, there's so many things to look at, and I would really like a tower or a pillar of it. That's I would like to come across. But there's just so many different things to look at in one stone. Not two are alike, but most of them are that tannish color and black. And once I get one in my possession, I can tell you more about it. But until then, I'm just kind of hanging on to look up too much information on them. Something else that I wouldn't mind adding are opals. I have a couple of opals that are pendants and earrings, so I have them in jewelry, but I don't own any opals to display in my stash of goodies. And I know there's many different kinds, and depending on what kind you get, I think they're different colors. I know there's fire opal, there's boulder opal. The one I have right now, I think, is from Ethiopia. So yeah, they're all different kinds, and I know that you can have opalized like ammonites and things like that, which I wouldn't mind having another one. But yeah, I would like some opals of any color, really. I'll be happy with anything, but I think they're really pretty. Now, I already own one phantom quartz, and it's just a clear quartz, but I would like to add a phantom quartz with some kind of color to it. Phantom quartz are basically a point that is formed, and it's started and stopped, and another crystal is kind of formed up and around it, so you can see where it starts and stops. And you can see that it's like a phantom tip in there, point, that you can see from it starting and stopping the growth. And you can have just one, or there can be many of them, many phantoms in one crystal depending. But I've seen them in different colors too, so the phantom is like a greenish or a reddish color that you can kind of see in there, a hue of it. But I have one small one, but I would like to get some larger ones in my collection because I think they're pretty neat to look at. Something else I don't have is cinnabar. Cinnabar is a really pretty, vibrant red crystal. And most times that we see them, they're in polished stones along with something. So it's like a red and white polished stone. And it's usually along with a quartz of some sort, a calcite, or you'll see it with like a dolomite. But yeah, it'll be like a whitish stone with red spots through it, and that's a polished cinnabar stone. But you can also get just cinnabar. It's a very vibrant red crystal. Either or will work, but I don't have any of that. I think it's really pretty, and I noticed the other day when I was doing one of my crystal grids, I don't have many red things in my collection, so I thought that would make a nice addition, and it's just a really pretty, vibrant red that I don't own. Another visually pleasing stone is an Atlantis stone. Now you don't see these a lot either, but they only come from the Dominican Republic, and they're a pretty tealish aquamarine blue with white, and it really does look like water ripples, like at the bottom of a pool or something. And they can be really light, or they can go all the way up to really vibrant teal. But they're also called Larimar or Larimar stones. So Atlantis stone is probably just a commercialized version of what people call them. But there's not a whole lot of them, because they only come from one certain area, but they sure are pretty. I've seen them in pendants also. I guess if that's all I can get my hands on, I will take it. But I'd rather a larger piece that I can display, because I just think they're very pretty, and I wouldn't mind one of those. One of the last things I would like to talk about up here is a dragon's blood jasper. Now this looks a lot like bloodstone, and the only way I can tell the difference is I think the dragon's blood jasper stones, and they're mostly tumbled when I see them, they're more vibrant. Bloodstone, the reds are very dark red, and in the dragon's blood jasper they're very vibrant, almost like that cinnabar I just showed you. But they are similar, but they're neat looking, and they have different formations in them. I think it'd just be neat to get in my collection. I don't know what they do for you, or what I might use it in a crystal grid, I'm not sure. But like I said, most of these are things that I find visually pleasing, that I think would look pretty in my collection. And then once I work with them and get them into my hands, that's when I will tell you guys what I think they're good for, and I'll read up more about them and tell you about it. Before I get a stone or a crystal, I really don't like to read too much on it, because I don't want to have that preconception in my mind before I see what it does for me or what I feel when I'm holding it. So yeah, there's a handful of stones that I would like to get in 2019, and hopefully you'll be seeing videos on all of these. But if you like these kind of videos, like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!